Me would like door 6.
I want to go through door 6.
Junpei flipped open the piece of paper. It read Junpei, door 6. Of course it did. He had written it after all.
That's a problem.
June spoke barely above a whisper, but they all knew what she'd said.
These teams will be able to go through the doors they want.
Clover and I chose door 1.
Lotus and I chose door 2.
That's not enough people to open a numbered door, however.
The digital routes don't match up either.
We've got similar problems. Junpei and I want to go through door 6, but our digital route is 5. If we're gonna open that door, we need...
Damn, what are we gonna do now?
What are we going to do?
Well, it sounds like we're taking Ace. Junpei crossed his arms and did his best to put his thoughts in order. The others followed suit, but with little result. Eventually, Clover broke the silence.
Why don't Seven and Lotus go through door 1? With me.
Her face was cold and flat, as was her voice, but her logic was sound. Seven and Lotus looked at each other. Equals 19, equals blah blah blah. The first problem resolved, Ace spoke up.
What about me?
Isn't that obvious? Wasn't one of the teams just complaining that they didn't have a 1?
You mean I should join Santa's team?
Yes.
Please do not describe it as Santa's team. Clover nodded, her face still cold and emotionless. Her attitude and posture could not have been more different than the energetic girl of only a few hours before. No one seemed ready to contradict her. Her response was understandable given the horrible situation in which she had found herself, but even so.
I understand. I'll go through door 6 then. If we do as Clover has suggested, we can all pass through a numbered door and no one will be left behind. This seems to be the most reasonable solution.
7, Lotus. What do you guys think?
I don't have a problem with it.
Me either.
Alright then, we're good to go.
See you later.
Wait, Clover! Don't move on your own!
Oh, I'll be going too then.
Yeah, be careful.
Now, did door 1 take them to the axe? I don't remember
We should
which
get
door
going
the
as
axe
well.
was behind. At last, Junpei and the other 6 managed to separate themselves into 2 teams. Clover, Seven, and Lotus headed to A deck, where door 1 was, near the main staircase. Junpei, June, Ace, and Santa, however, took the elevator to E deck. The ride to E deck was a silent one. Hold on.
This
Is
is
this working? This is all working, right? Yes.
There should be a door at the end of the hall.
Alright, let's go.
Santa's words jolted them to action, and they stepped out of the elevator. See, I had thought Santa wouldn't come through the same door as us, but I was gravely mistaken. So he may, in fact, still get the gun. Before long, they arrived in front of door 6.
Here it is. You guys ready?
Yeah.
Then let's get to it.
One by one, they put their palms over the red. Now, I would appreciate it if we don't make a big deal out of this. With a soft electronic noise, it authenticated each of them. Why does the game feel so much louder today? The door opened, and all at once, the 4 of them leapt through it.
Hey! I found it! It's right there!
Oh, thank God. Fortunately, the dead was located easily enough. This one had been placed quite close to the door they'd entered through. They gathered around it quickly and hurriedly placed their palms on it to authenticate.
It stopped.
Yes! It stopped!
The countdown had ceased, but Junpei's heart was still pounding in his chest like a frantic, thunderous drum. It felt as though it might shake itself up and out of his throat.
I don't believe I'll ever get used to that.
I'm not sure it's something I want to get used to.
We say this through every single fucking door, dude.
We should finish this game before imminent death becomes a normal thing.
You got that right. Once I'm out of this hellhole, I'm taking a nice long vacation.
Hopefully it'll be in hell.
I agree.
With that, the doom and gloom from before was done and the mood turned somewhat lighter.
Alright, let's go.
With that attempt at good humor, Junpei took a deep breath and began to walk. He jogged down the stairs at the end of the hallway and found himself staring at a large door.
This door looks heavy.
But it's not locked. I'm opening it.
He took hold of the bar that served as a doorknob and shoved it down. The room beyond him was in his tracks. Okay. It was gargantuan and made entirely of metal. None of the accents of wood or tile he'd seen in the rest of the ship. This room was purely functional, but utterly tremendous.
Whoa, what the hell is this?
It's looking a lot like the engine. Santa got out a few words, but awe stole the rest of them. The rest were too stunned to offer anything more than gasps.
This has to be the biggest room so far. The ceiling is pretty high, too.
Could be 2 stories, maybe even more.
This space could be utilizing the entire length of the ship.
What's that huge Kamaboko-looking building in the middle?
The what building? You want to... Could we not have localized that a little more? June pointed to the massive building in the center.
Kamaboko? Well, I guess that's as good of a description of it as any.
Junpei and the others were standing on scaffolding that crisscrossed the whole area. The proper term was catwalk, Junpei thought, although that didn't seem particularly important.
I see stairs, so we may as well head over to them.
Yeah, but this section's barely wide enough to fit 1 person.
It does not look that thin. What the fuck are you talking about? If that's the stairs right there, this is like a couple people wide.
You're right.
Nearby was a long iron staircase that made its way, eventually, to the floor beneath them.
Whoa, you can't even tell the shape when you're this close.
Let's check out the other side, too.
This is looking like a big area to do clues in. They moved around toward the opposite side of the massive building, following the catwalk. They hadn't said much as they walked, but as they approached the building, Ace suddenly spoke up.
This looks to be the steam engine room.
The steam engine room?
Do you really need clarification on that? That's a pretty unambiguous title for a room.
Yes, that thing that looks like a cross-section of a mushroom is the boiler. You see the 3 round doors near the bottom? Coal is put into those and burned, which heats the water, producing steam.
What a world we live in where the basic concept of a steam engine needs to be explained to Junpei. My man reminds me of Phoenix Wright, just misses like the most simple things. Do you want to maybe turn over that receipt? Just have a look at the other side of the paper? You never know if there might be a case-breaking clue written on the other side of it. Oh, no, not important, man.
The same thing that drives a steam engine. This one is simply somewhat larger.
I see.
It doesn't appear to be running right now.
The entire room was as silent as the
All
grave.
right, let's split up.
Then all of a sudden, Junpei heard a noise behind him. He turned just in time to see June collapse to her knees.
Hey, what's wrong? Are you all right?
His hands are huge. Excuse me? It's like the size of her torso. Oh my god, look at those fucking grippers, dude. He dashed toward her and wrapped his arm around her shoulders to steady her.
Hey, June.
It was then that he noticed.
Junpei,
You... Oh, you're really warm. Is your fever coming back?
yes, it probably is, but I'm fine. Please, don't worry about me. I just need to rest, and I'll be fine.
Her voice was weak and forced, and it said a great deal more than her words did.
Okay, here, sit down. Careful.
Junpei carried her to the nearest wall and propped her up against it. She let her head fall back against the wall as if she no longer had the strength to support it and drew a ragged breath.
Thank you.
Her eyes were empty, but as if she was having trouble focusing them, and even speaking seemed difficult for her. Junpei felt his hand ball into a fist and clench tight, his knuckles whitening. He had to find a way out, and quickly. He turned and looked at Ace and Santa in turn.
Ace, Santa.
Yes.
Right.
They might not have shared the depth of his emotion, but they certainly shared his concern.
All right, let's get started. Hang in there, June. I'm gonna get you out of here real soon.
She managed a small nod before leaning back to rest her head on the wall. Alrighty, let's do some puzzles. Will this room have more than one thing to interface with? Alright. So, a tunnel. It goes all the way across the ship. The panel is what I wanted, though. Interesting. It's a square hole. Nothing in here. It has 3 slots. Look at the back wall there. I can see 3 small slots. Terminals for some sort of connector, perhaps. You mean you think we're supposed to plug something in here? Perhaps. Is this a button? Look at that button. It's glowing orange, right? That's gotta mean something. I guess pressing it is the best way to find out if it does anything, Santa. Nothing. Expected, but you never know until you try. Alright, so this is where you put coal in the furnace? That's right. I had a look at it earlier, but it's rusted shut, I'm afraid. Perhaps you should check the other side? This is the huge oven for this boiler. There are 3 open areas in it. Each of the open areas has a gear in it. A golden gear. It doesn't look like it was always golden like this. Well, it would be a bit of an impractical color for it, you know. Well, then I imagine it was prepared especially for this game. This gear is rusty, but it looks like it's still pretty sturdy, this panel. Looks like there's a door over here in this tunnel. The belt over there must deliver the coal, which is then picked up and thrown into this door. The door appears to be welded shut. Thank God. What about this opening? Okay, we got another gear. Bronze. And silver, of course. Do you think it's made of pure silver? No, I'd be quite surprised. No way. Silver's way too soft to use for a gear. It's gotta be steel or iron gear that's coated with silver. Ugh. Shouldn't have called it a silver gear then. Shouldn't have gotten your hopes up. Were you thinking you'd haul this thing back? Nah, but I think 7 could probably carry it, don't you? This fucking guy, dude. Jesus Christ. There's a bunch of boxes over by the wall. Yeah, I just wanted to click on the stairs, actually. Okay. The 3 sliders on the left are down, but this one is up. There are a number of lines engraved in these. I suspect we are meant to do something rather specific with them. Junpei, why don't you move that slider down? Well, there's no harm in trying. Nothing. Nothing happened. Maybe it needs to be prepared somehow. You're saying if we did something somewhere else, it would respond. Yes, I suppose that's one way of putting it. Alright, further up. We got a little thingy. There's one of these doors on the furnace. There's an A on it. There's a circular wheel in the center of the door. Alright, so let's give this sucker a twist. Wow, it actually opened. Well, it's noisy, but it opens. And it's totally pitch black in there. We should, go in here. Alright, let's go. This looks like the door we went into. Where are we? We must be on the other side, yes? Yeah, we walked straight through it. Where do you think we ended up? Which would put us directly above the conveyor belt. At any rate, we should keep moving. There's a great deal we've yet to investigate. This seems like it has a lot of moving parts. Anything over here? Looks like that's a pipe. Looks like the bottom connects to the conveyor belt housing. Then coal must come out of this pipe onto the conveyor belt. In other words, there must be a great deal of coal in that pipe. Number of boxes. I don't think we can get over there. Alright, are all these doors the same? They just take us across? Looks like... Ah, there's a thing blocking us here. It's a hand-operated winch. It's a simple machine used to lift things up and down. You simply turn the wheel to pull the rope up. Junpei, why don't you turn the wheel? The wheel? Alright, let's give this wheel a spin. What? That's weird. I don't feel any resistance. Shit. Oh, we got a wheel. Finally, we got something. Good job, genius. You broke it. I didn't break it. It broke all by itself. Okay. There's a couple of posts on the back that look like they fit into holes on the winch. Damn, no good. These little shafts are too small for this big hole. That's unfortunate. It's like throwing a hot dog down a hallway, to be honest. Okay. What? Why'd you say it like that? If that's the case, then, that wheel wasn't originally part of this winch. That must mean we need to find another wheel. Understood. Alright, back across. Let's go through the C door. Ah, well, what do you know? There's no wheel to turn. Oh yeah, I've got this wheel I pulled off the other winch. Let's go. It's a perfect fit, like they were made for each other. Not shaky at all. Good, I should be able to turn this now. Good work, Junpei. We should be able to haul up the wooden box. You see, the wooden box. It's under the catwalk. Can you see it? It's hanging from the rope on the winch, isn't it? Fucking shut up! Do you really need to say it that many times? It looks like there's some sort of device in the box. I'm not sure what it is. At any rate, you might as well turn that wheel now. I'm counting on you. Bro really fucking yapped his mouth off about that one. What's this? What happened? The wheel only turns to the left. It only turns to the left. That means we can't reel that rope up. Yeah, we can only let the rope down. Interesting. I don't think that will be a problem. We will simply need to go downstairs. Yeah.
I believe the box has reached the floor.
Yeah.
He stuck his head out over the side of the catwalk and looked down. The box that had only recently hung just below the catwalk now sat on the floor. It had come to rest near the end of the tunnel that covered the conveyor belt.
June's down over by there.
Junpei could see her still leaning against the wall as if she barely had the strength to sit up. Even from so far away, it was not difficult to see that she had not improved. He almost thought he could see the heat rising from her body.
She doesn't seem to be improving.
Ace's expression was inscrutable, but he'd said what they'd all been
Well,
thinking.
of course not. She's not gonna just get better right away, you know? It'll take time.
He tried desperately to convince himself that that was what he'd said was
What
true.
could be causing this, I wonder? Illness, perhaps?
Nah, it's gotta be exhaustion.
A little less likely. You know, Santa's response was confident and
Gets
certain.
dropped into some weird-ass shit, forced to play some messed-up game. If you think about it, it's a lot weirder that we aren't freaking out just like her, you know?
I mean, I've never heard of exhaustion causing a fever. I guess it can come with a fever, but I've, never heard of exhaustion as being like the cause of a fever.
So you're saying we're abnormal?
Yeah. We're just running around this room, solving all these puzzles like it's just business as usual. How the hell could you call that normal? We're just guinea pigs.
We're just normal men. Santa snorted in
A
disgust.
guinea pig. You mean like a lab rat? You mean we're being used for some sort of experiment?
Yes, precisely true.
Is that what you're saying?
Dunno. But it does seem like a possibility.
They stood there for a few more minutes, no one speaking until Santa turned and walked away from the winch. Junpei and Ace followed him. Good talk, team. Downstairs we go. This is a little inconvenient, having to go through the doors. I don't feel like that should be necessary, but, here we are. What's this? Oh, this is the door we came through? Okay. Downstairs we go. Where is... There's a pair of wooden boxes here. There's nothing in them. This is not the one we lowered. What about this? Look, Ace, it's some kind of snowman's secret meaning. Those are just bags full of sand. You use them as a counterweight when you're lifting something with a pulley system. Man, you're too serious. Shut the fuck up. I hate you. Ah, here we go. Yes. God, why was the fucking box clickable? Well, we found it. Open this bad boy up. Maybe this hole is where this panel goes. There's only one way to find out. Let's go. Dude, you did it. Everything looks alright. Okay, but what do we do now? We push the big button. The button next to it, the orange one? Yes. Alright, I'll do that. Pushing. Sweet. All sorts of lights are showing up on this thing. That has to be positive. Oh, yes. I think I just heard something turn on. Oh, what's that? What happened? Junpei, look. The conveyor belt's moving. The conveyor belt? Please back up. I guess it's done moving now. So, there's a bunch of coal on the belt, though. Looks like a bunch of it got dumped off the end of the belt into that wooden box where we found the control panel. Coal. Coal, huh? So, we need to try and winch this back up. Oh no, we're just taking the box of coal. Fair enough. So this doesn't do anything else? Fair enough. Alright, now, so then, do we put that in here? No. Okay. These were all, like, welded shut. I guess I didn't check if they were all welded shut. It's welded shut. There isn't one there. Where do we put this coal? Oops, I clicked out of the window. Does this staircase go... Oh, this goes somewhere else. Well, we're pretty obviously missing something here. Given its placement, the sun must unlock the door to the left. There's a weird indentation on the top of this thing. You think it means we have to insert something? Yes, I would imagine so. Where do we put this coal, then? Was there somewhere upstairs? Hey, hey, man. Can we just, like, dump this on that and it'll make it fall down or something? Okay. What the fuck are we supposed to put this on? Back across... No, wait, no, that's not right. Back across... that's the wrong one. I wanted this one. This is really disorientating. I apologize. But, like, it's fairly hard to keep track of exactly where I am in this room. Oh, I did it again. I want this one. That's the one. Wait, there's nothing up here. Where do we put this fucking coal, dude? Can we get this wheel back? Okay. Because these were all shut. It's where the coal goes, or would be if these three things hadn't rusted shut. This side? Oh, this side is... Oh my fucking god. As a whole, let us put coal into the furnace. Maybe if we can get some coal in there and set it on fire. Let's do it. Why does it only open on one side? I didn't even think to check the other side. Alright, that's the last of it. No coal left in the wooden box. And nothing. Great. Well, I guess I should have expected that. Why would just throwing coal into a cold furnace do anything? Well, a man can dream. Junpei, explain it to me again. You're planning to stoke the furnace with coal, which will heat the water stored up in there and make steam, which will then drive something else. Am I correct? In other words, you want to generate enough pressure with the steam to power the turbine, and drive the steam engine, right? Yeah, I guess that's the gist of it. Well, in that case, this isn't enough coal. This furnace is enormous, so we're going to need a whole hell of a lot more coal than this. Very well then, if the three of us work together, we should manage to fill it much faster. I want to help too. Man, I totally didn't even see her walk up. Are you feeling up to that? Yes. Yeah, right. You look like you're one stiff breeze away from falling over, June. I think you'd better rest some more, right? But no arguing. You need your rest, so you just rest, stay there, we'll handle this. Okay, I understand. Alright, time for some manly work. Let's get this coal into those furnaces. I like how we needed to get that box of coal to do this, but then that box of coal wasn't even remotely enough coal. Man, this is a lot of work. Alright, I think this should be sufficient. Alright, now we just gotta light it. Junpei, hand me your matches. What makes you think I have matches? I see. Then how are we gonna light it? Perhaps there's a device nearby that will allow us to remotely ignite the coal. Let's take a look, shall we? Some sort of ignition device, huh? Hey, what about, is it the thing on the conveyor belt? That would be awfully convenient if this button did it. Okay. Junpei, have you thought about looking at the other side? There's like nothing there, though. Okay. Anything on one of the inside bits? Oh, the thing up here. Does this do it? Oh, this has changed. I think it might be. It probably is. I think this is how we might ignite the furnace. That means if we move that thing down... Alright, let's do it. Here we go. Hey, Junpei, Ace, look at this. There's big gears turning under the boiler here. There they go. Very nice cut. Oh! The gears. They're spinning. What the hell are you guys waiting for? Let's start looking. Fantastic. Gold disc. Bronze disc. Silver disc. So can we just interface with this now? Maybe if we put these 3 discs we found into this thing. Does anyone find out? Let's stick them in. That's odd. There's nothing's happening. They've got squigglies on them. They obviously need to go in the right order. Perhaps you have them facing in the wrong directions. Perhaps you should rotate the discs. No harm in trying. When the disc is clicked, it will rotate. When the right arrow is clicked, the discs are switched. Please note, when the discs are switched, the angles for the discs are reset. Alright, so... this is obviously not going to work. That looks like the top to me. Please do not ask me to elaborate. Switch these two. I'm so good. The red lines on these discs. I think maybe I can make a star polygon with these. That was it? Oh. All in a day's work.
The door's open.
Too simple. I was expecting that to give me a lot more trouble, but I just looked at the one and I was like, that's the top. The door's open. Given the circumstances, Junpei's happiness was certainly understandable. Ace seemed to share his excitement.
All right, Junpei. Why don't you go get June now? Santa and I will keep an eye on the store.
Santa snorted.
Why do we need to do that? Even if it shuts, we know how to solve the puzzle now. We could just open it again.
Well, I suppose that's true. Shall all 3 of us go and collect June then?
Nah, I'm cool. I'll let Junpei handle it.
Then why did you say anything? He still seemed irritated by something, however, and sat down on the stairs petulantly.
So are you only interested in being contrary?
Yeah, that does sure sound like Santa. Ace sighed with the air of a long-suffering parent.
All right, I'll go get June. I'll be right back.
He gave a quick nod to Ace and Santa and dashed off down the stairs. Before long, he was back on the first floor next to the conveyor belt in June.
Oh, Jumpy!
As he drew closer, just breathed aside, I do like how they echo while we're in this room. That's a nice attention to detail. As he drew closer, she stood up slowly.
Are you okay?
He did his best to sound calm and nonchalant, but there was no hiding the genuine concern in his voice.
Yes, I'm fine now. I'm sorry I made you worry.
June blushed. He wasn't sure if she was embarrassed or still feverish.
Let me check.
Just to make sure, he reached out and put his hand against her forehead.
Good. You're feeling a lot better.
She was feeling far less warm than she had earlier, but still wasn't down to what seemed normal to him.
Are you sure you're all right?
He had to be sure. June gave him a look.
Oh, you're such a warrior, Jumpy. Oops, I mean, warrior.
Warrior is not how I would describe Junpei. June giggled. He wasn't sure if she just made a joke or not, but sorry if you can hear this, by the way. I'm stimming with a packet of medication. He wasn't sure if she just made a joke, but seeing her smile again made Junpei feel at ease. If she was well enough to smile and laugh, then she really was feeling much better. He gave her a friendly poke on the forehead.
All right, let's go.
Go where?
Oh, right. I didn't tell you. We got the exit open, so...
Great! Let's go!
June clasped her hands and nodded urgently. They headed back to the exit, but on their way they found...
Oh, it's...
Santa?
Santa was sitting on the stairs. He was, however, holding something in his right hand and staring at it with a strange expression. Junpei and June slowed down and finally stopped in front of him.
What are you looking at?
Santa answered without looking up, his voice quiet.
It's a photo. It's my sister.
Sister? Santa, you've got a sister?
Santa simply nodded.
Yeah. Kid was cute as a button.
June cocked her head, confused.
She was only about an inch tall then?
Santa glared at her.
Oh, sorry. I guess an inch is a little large for a button. Probably more like a half inch.
Please stop. Santa didn't smile or laugh.
Sorry.
Why are you looking at it?
He simply turned back to his picture and spoke.
I was her Santa Claus.
Wait, What?
This sudden revelation took Junpei by surprise. He had no idea what Santa meant. He glanced at June, who shook her head. She didn't know either.
Have you ever heard the story of the two Santa Clauses? It goes that a long time ago, there were two Santas. One of them wore white, and the other one wore black.
Oh, the evil Santa.
The white Santa gave presents to good kids, and the black Santa played tricks on bad kids.
He was literally the evil Santa.
They went on like that for a while, but eventually the black Santa's tricks started to get worse and worse. Pretty soon, the white Santa couldn't stand it anymore, and he stabbed the black Santa to death.
This seems like a fairly to-the-point story.
When he stabbed the other Santa, the white Santa got blood all over his clothes, and that's why, these days, his clothes are red. You could say that red is all that's left of the black Santa.
Jesus fucking Christ, dude. You write that one yourself? That's so edgy. Holy shit. Junpei was silent. He could think of nothing to say. Entirely valid. My man just dropped the cringiest anecdote imaginable on us there. Jin was staring at Santa, sadness plain on her face. He
I
continued.
wonder which Santa I am.
I can already tell you that you're not the good Santa.
The white Santa or the black Santa?
Aw.
All right, let's go.
Can I see the photo, please? Santa stood up suddenly, his downcast demeanor gone. He shoved the picture back into his pocket and headed back up the stairs, taking them two at a time.
Huh?
Junpei and June looked at one another. There was nothing they could think to say.
Hey, what are you two doing? Let's get moving, come on!
I'm cooking something right now. So, Santa's sister's obviously dead, right? And we know from the other timeline that Santa was involved in one of the Nonary game experiments. Presumably his sister was as well. So, I'm still latching on to my theory about transmitting information backwards through time as part of this Nonary game. So what if Santa is Zero, and I swear I'm not just saying this because I hate the guy, though I do. What if Santa is Zero, and he's doing this so that he can transmit information back to his sister, and that will somehow save her from whatever happened during the first Nonary games? Because we know a girl died in the first Nonary games. Actually, did they say it was a girl? Or did they just say child? Either way, we know a child died during the first Nonary games. Or the Nonary games, the last set of Nonary games we know of. I don't know if they were the first. So that could be Santa's sister, if he was involved. And also, we happen to know that Santa has a lot of money and has ties to Cradle Pharmaceuticals, who we also know are involved in this to some extent. So I'm feeling like things are starting to converge a little bit. So I'm going to make the call now that Santa is Zero. We'll see how that one turns out. I swear I'm not just saying that because of the other timeline where he was obviously evil. Him being obviously evil doesn't necessarily mean he's Zero. It's just now we know he has a dead sister. Santa's voice echoed across the room from above them.
Let's go.
Yeah.
They nodded and followed him quickly up the stairs. Ace was waiting for them at the top. He was leaning against the handrail. He looked very tired.
Oh, you're finally back.
The door had shut, and it wasn't cause for concern.
Sorry we took so long.
Junpei quickly solved the disc puzzle a second time, and the door opened once again.
Let's go.
In single file, they walked through. After walking for nearly 15 feet, they found themselves in front of a metal door. It opened easily enough, and they passed through it as well. Thank you for just cutting out that entire hallway thing and not making a big deal out of it like we usually do. A new room stretched out before them. Okay.
Is this a warehouse?
Sure does look like it. We don't echo in this room? I feel like we should still echo in here.
No, I believe this is the cargo room. This must be where they store all of this vessel's freight.
I mean, semantics, but fair enough.
There are wooden crates everywhere. I wonder how old they are.
Junpei, Ace, and June had stopped unconsciously, pausing to take in their new surroundings. Santa's voice broke through their momentary trance.
Well, we probably ought to start with finding the exit, right? Let's get going.
Alright. Well, that set of boxes sure did look like the main puzzle. Will there be more than one thing to interface with? I was so ready for that previous puzzle to be complicated, by the way. I thought we were going to have to do some shit where we had to, like, rotate the discs, or not the discs, the cogs in the middle somehow to get, like, the correct steam levels, and then that would do something. I was ready for that to be way more complicated than get 3 discs, put them in slot. Anyway, we got a sack. There are a bunch of bags here. I wonder what's in them. Oh! A card with the 9th man's face printed on it. Interesting. What's that? It's a card. It has a headshot on it. A headshot? Yeah. I'm not really sure what purpose this could possibly serve. There's nothing in the bag anymore. Alright, so we probably have to check all of these. Interesting. Are we gonna play Guess Who with these or something? They kind of look like Guess Who cards. Anything in these? These crates are quite large. They seem to be tied to one another. Okay, I guess not. Over here. 3 crates here stacked up like stairs. If we climb up here, I think we can get over the fence. Junpei, you think you could take a look at that? Sorry, but no thanks. Why? I've, got a bad feeling about it. Pussy. Cham! Okay. I'll go. Please be careful, Santa. You don't have to. Yeah, but just in case. Wait, what's he gonna do with that screw? I don't see what throwing a screw at the fence is. Holy shit. Good intuition, I guess. This... Oh, man. There's electricity running through that fence. Looks like it. Then we can't get to the other side. Or we could jump off those crates, but we wouldn't be able to get back. Okay. I mean, do you want to go over anyway? What are you saying, Jumpy? There's a huge electrical fence. Yeah. If I can move some of the crates over there... Are you sure you can even move them? What if they weigh too much? Then what are you gonna do? Yeah, I hadn't thought of that. Okay, I guess we're not doing that. Another bag. There he is. Can we interface with this at all yet? It's locked. We need the key. All the boxes have numbers on them. Do they? Oh. Ace dinked down and picked up something that had been sitting next to the box. Junpei, take a look at this. Cards. So we probably just have to put each one in their numbered slot, right? We have Lotus. Can I try and do that? Guess not. Does that mean we need to connect the card? Yeah, we probably need to get all of them. That's fair. Just open up all these bags. They go up 3 stories. What are you waiting for, Junpei? Whatever, I'm going. Does this door open? Except for the one we just came through. Then this is the exit. No shit, Sherlock. Okay. Alright, fine. Yes. Oops. Go. Nope, didn't want to do that. Hello? The monitor's off. It's got a green switch here and a red one. Some kind of lever. None of them seem to do anything, though. Maybe the power's off? Yeah, maybe. There's a single green light at the bottom, though. That means... Well, there's 6 holes here. They look like jacks for a headphone cable. Jacks, huh? But maybe if we put something in them, yeah, something might happen. Okay, so we need to find something else first. This box. Okay. Ah, here's Ace. I don't know what's in these barrels. Some sort of liquid. I guess I should click on the other boxes. We already did that one. Searched all the boxes. There's nothing in them. Ah, more cards. Here we go. That's all of them, right? 4, 8, 9, yeah.
Now we finally have all 9 picture cards. We just need to insert these cards into the slots at the front of each box.
Junpei stared at the cards in his hands. Ace peered over his shoulder at them.
You know which card goes in which box, yes?
Junpei gave him a look.
Yeah, of course I do. It's really obvious. You just match our numbers to the numbers, Then you pop the corresponding card in the right box. So for instance, the card with the picture of Ace on it goes into box 1. The card with the picture of Snake on it goes into box 2, and so on.
Oh, I see.
Yeah? Why is that surprising to you?
Huh? What is it?
Junpei thought he might have imagined it, but he could have sworn Ace
I'll leave
stiffened.
the rest to you.
Hey, wait!
Can you not tell faces apart?
What's wrong with him? Oh well, whatever.
That was... Is Ace face blind? That was a really weird interaction. Like, he just genuinely couldn't tell what the puzzle is, even though it's super obvious. And that would make sense with that earlier interaction that seemed weird as well. Remember when we were talking to him ages ago now? We were talking to him, and he was surprised when we didn't think that Snake and Clover should be related. And that was a really weird interaction as well. But it would make sense if he was face blind and couldn't tell that they didn't look the same. Right? And then there's this. Like, surely anybody should just be able to look at this and the cards and go, oh, I see. But if all the cards look the same to him, effectively, he wouldn't get it.
Time to solve the 9 boxes puzzle.
Because, I mean, look at it, right? How could you not just intuit the puzzle? Junpei stared at them for a moment and then began.
Ace's card is in box 1, Snake's is in number 2. I just need to do the same for the rest. And finally, the 9th man's card into box 9.
All 9 boxes popped open at once.
Oh, they opened!
He peered inside. In each box was a single pin.
9 pins?
They looked a little like sewing pins, but much
I
thicker.
guess I'll take them with me.
Right, so these obviously go upstairs. Junpei collected them all quickly and shoved them into his pocket. Alright, back upstairs. It was this one? Yes. There are 6 holes here, and it looks like the pins I just found would be a perfect fit. The ones you found in the 9 boxes, right? Well, why don't you try it? Alright, let's see what happens then. I think 2, 4, and 6 should go on the top part here, and 3, 5, and 7 on the bottom. Some of them lit up. Yeah, 3 and 6. I wonder if there's some kind of rule that determines which lights go on. Well, I put 2, 4, and 6 pins on the top, and the 3, 5, and 7 on the bottom. You think maybe it's the digital root? The digital root. 2, 4, 6 equals 12. The digital root of 12 is 3. Therefore, light 3 turns on. 3, 5, 7 equals 15. Digital root of that is 16. Therefore, light 6 turns on. Makes sense, right? I see. Lights that match the digital root of the pins inserted on the top and lower would light up. So that's how it works. But which ones do we need to light? There's one other thing I'd like to check. Oh, wait, that one stayed on. I couldn't tell because of the portraits. Well, if he wants to try, he's certainly welcome to. So I put 1, 2, and 3 on the top, 6, 7, 8 on the bottom. Oh. They turned off. Equals 21. The digital root of 21 is 3. Therefore, light 3 turns off. Digital root of 6 is 6. Therefore, light 6 turns off. Okay. So we're just trying to turn all the lights on by doing the digital roots, huh? I don't know how it works. You want to give it a try? Wait, you mean you know what we're supposed to do with these lights? Well, no, I guess... I figure we could try and see if we can turn them all on, you know? Yeah. Turn on all the lights. Okay. Okay, thank you. I like how they don't even let you play around with the puzzle a little bit first. They actually just tell you the solution, and now it's just a straight math problem to turn all the lights on. So, I guess just give me a second here, since we already know the solution and I just need to work through it. Alright, got there. Okay. All the lights are on and the shutter opened up. Hey, does that mean... Yeah, we gotta do it again. I thought I was doing so well. Okay, so we got 9 holes, and there's an F above them. I don't know what the F means, but I do know one thing. What's that? This time there are 9 holes, so we need to insert 9 pins. Man, that's boring. On your jaw, don't just try it, alright? Hexadecimal, right? 10 is A, correct? So, A, B, C, D, E, F, 16. No, I was like... But we need to insert all of them. All of them, there's lines going all over it. So there's lines going sideways, but also across and down. So is it looking at them all as like individual rows? Right? So like this is a row, but it also looks at this separately, and we need to make them all like line up in some mathematical way. Or am I overcooking? Well, alright, let's just put all of them in and see what happens, yeah? This obviously won't be the solution, but like, let's just see what happens. I see. Not a whole lot would be the answer there. What the fuck is this? This is, alright, this is the first puzzle where I'm having to actually think what the solution is. We aren't just, like, trying to make an F, right? Like, kind of like that. What am I doing here? Like, so hexadecimal, I'm pretty sure F is 16. Because A starts on 10, right? In which case, F is 16. A, B, C, D, E, F, yes. I'm counting on my fingers like a fucking caveman. So does every row need to add up to 16? If that's the case, this is nightmarish and I hate it. Because I have no idea how to even begin approaching to do something like that. I guess the trick would be to pick one row and get that to be 16, and then work from there. In which case, so if we start at the top, we go like 5, so it's trying to get to 16. So 5, 7 is 12, and then 4, 16. Can you even do this? Am I trying to do something that's impossible right now? Let me try and work through that. So then we need 7. How do we get 7 to 16? With 3 and 6. How do we get 3 to it? 9, 12, that doesn't work. No, this doesn't, because there's no way, right? Because if we do 3 with 9, that's 12, but then we have no way to get it to 16. Could we do it down here? We do 9, that's 15. We could do that, because then that's 15, that's 16. 1 and 1, 5, 5. There's no way to do that. That's way too much. So that can't be the solution. There's just no way. Or at least it doesn't seem like it. So what the fuck does the F mean? Can I interface with the F at all? No. Is it more to do with the shapes of the letters? The numbers. But how would that be the case? Because I'm looking at the numbers and they're very angular, right? Like the F is. Like it's like straight, and this is like the same. But I have no idea how that would work. Like we're trying to make an F with these numbers somehow. But how would that work with this? I need a hint. Let me back out and see if they give me a hint. They did not give me a hint. You think maybe F means 15? Oh, I'm trying to get to the wrong fucking number. Hexadecimal, it starts on 9 then, huh? In base 10 is F in hex, right? You're right, yeah, that's gotta be it. Okay, so I was actually just trying to get to the wrong number, I guess. So if that's the case, it's 15. That doesn't seem like it should be any more doable. Okay, I guess let me just try and work through that again. Is it just because they're in the wrong order? Because I am just reaching for the first thing I can see. Ooh, I don't know about this one. 15. Why? Right, so 15. We're trying to get to 15 somehow. Is it like top row needs to be 15 with 3? Because that's the long spoke on the F. And then it needs to be with 2. And then like 3 going down this way. That seems weird as well. I don't have a better solution though. So let's try that. So 5, 12, 15, then 5 plus 14, 15, 9 plus 6, 15. But then we just like slam these in here to end as the end it. Like, what am I doing? Please give me another hint. Seems like the letter F there means 15. Ah, fuck me. Do we need to have everything reach a digital root of 6? That also doesn't seem like it could be possible. Because surely there's no way to make every combination add up to a digital root of 6. Because that means, but that's the same thing, isn't it, functionally? They would all need to be the number 15. So functionally I would be trying to do the same thing. Which I already know didn't work. Although, the problem is that it seemed like just close enough to being doable that I'm not sure if it is the solution. And I was just laying things out incorrectly. Oh, this is like the first actual puzzle, dog. This one doesn't just immediately come to you as soon as you interface with the objects. Because all the others are just like, alright, you have the Morse code, type in the Morse code, you know. Or, oh, you have the directions for the ship, just plug them in. This one isn't quite like that. Or maybe it is and I'm just overcooking and I don't understand. Oh, what am I trying to do here? Please give me another hint. I would love it so much. Every line of pins does need to equal 15. Oh my god. Oh, so that just means that I have everything in the wrong fucking places, but I actually had the right solution. Oh, that's very aggravating. Oh, that means I just need to fucking figure out the correct placement for all the pins. Because it must include the diagonals, right? Holy shit. I didn't think it was actually possible to do that at this point. Well, this is gonna take me a minute here. Alright, let's start with the middle. Because the middle is obviously gonna need to be the most important one. Because that needs to be part of every single solution. Or not every single solution, but it needs to be part of the most solutions. Because the outer rows, the outer perimeter doesn't include the middle, but everything that intersects with the middle does. So it needs to be equally valuable for all of them. So that's got to be 5, right? So if we put 5, because that's, you know, the exact center point. So, right? That should be equally useful for all of them. So what do we do then? How do we go from here? I guess we just start plugging in solutions. So if we do 5, 13, 15. This is 9, 15. 2, 9, 14, 15. 6, then. Oh my fucking god. Jesus Christ. It's been nearly 30 minutes since I started doing that puzzle. Jesus fucking Christ. Whew. Thank fuck that's over. We did it. The power's on. It looks like there's electricity going to the monitor on top now. Alright, let's see if we can activate the device on the top. A green button and a red button and a lever. I wonder what these do. I think this might help. Well, what the hell is this? Where did you find this? What is it? Where'd you find it? I found it when you were messing with the pinholes. That's fair. That took fucking forever. That was an exhausting puzzle. It looks like the instructions for this thing. Okay. Have we seriously got another fucking puzzle to do? This thing's a remote control for that. That? Yeah, that. Oh my god, are we about to do a fucking box puzzle as well? What's he pointing? Oh, that machine over there. Apparently it's called the Pushmaster 5000. Okay, are you serious? Whatever. So, what are we supposed to do with the Pushmaster 5000? You see the coffin on top of the crates? Yeah. Don't you want to know what the deal with it is? I do. You want to check it out? Yeah. Alright, how do you think we're gonna get there? Well, there was some crates on the right side of the fence that someone piled up like stairs. Maybe if we make a path to the coffin from there. How would we do that? Line up the crates, I guess? Yeah, that sounds about right. I guess this is just another of Zero's puzzles. Holy shit, we're actually not done yet. Let's give it a shot. Looks like the Pushmaster 5000 runs off a battery, so to keep it from using up its energy too fast, it's been programmed so it'll only start moving once its path has been completely programmed in. Alright, I'll keep that in mind. Let's just put me in here, brother. Let me just... The battery dies after 50 moves? Keep in mind that the Pushmaster 5000 can't move the heavy metal crates. Okay. When the square adjacent to the Pushmaster is clicked, the Pushmaster will move to that square. If there is a crate in the way, the Pushmaster will push up to a single crate. Move the crates appropriately and efficiently. Okay. This is what I get for not reading what I was doing. Oh, there we go. Okay, that's the part that moves. Gotcha. So we're doing a Sukapom puzzle as well? Jesus fucking Christ. Alright, so... Oh. And we have 50 moves? Okay, so let's just start expecting. We can't push 2 at once. No. Then we need to push this off to be able to do that again. That does not work. Because we can no longer push the crates. We can never push one to the side because we won't be able to get back off again. If we push it to the side, it has to be this one. Oh, wait. We can go through this way. I'm a fool. Right. Then we need to get this out of the way. This is not the right way to do this. This is horribly inefficient. Yeah, there's no way. Yeah, that's too inefficient. That also doesn't work because we can't push from the center. Okay. Well, it has to start like this, because there's just no other way to get to the other boxes. So something like this. We have to go around. If we do this, we can push this into the corner. And we can do this. So this isn't going to work, is it? Because now we won't be able to get one into the center. We can never push one from the middle. So to get one there, we have to push it from here. We have to push it from the bottom up. No, don't do that. So this still seems like it is a mandatory sequence of events. We have to push one like that, or we'll never be able to, because we can never get one into that space a different way. So now we need to push this like this, though. Is this right? No, this is too inefficient still, isn't it? Yes. Oh, so close. Fuck. Okay, the top is not mandatory. That, in fact, this requires less movement because this side... That side has one filled in already, whereas the bottom part we need to fill two in. So this side needs more movement. So it probably is better to start on this side. And maybe do something like this. But then how do we resolve this? We have to do this. Push that. This can't be right. No, because we're never going to be able to get one in the middle like this. Because now we need to push one up to get it there, but we can't do that like this. Did this just go up to 51 moves? You're... Don't pity me. I can do it, okay? I can fucking do it. Don't pity me. So we need to do this. Do that. No, this won't work. Because now we can never dislodge those boxes. Oh, fucking Sukeban puzzles. Oh. Oh, okay, we did it. We did it. Holy shit. This has been the most serious room by a lot. Like, the first one, you had to kind of put your brain to it. But, like, this one, oh my goodness. Okay, and it's like you can see the solution so clearly, right? But it's the getting there. Like, this was a lot of getting there. I'm done putting in the prog. Sukuban puzzles are actually quite fun. I do enjoy them. But fucking hell, dude, that math puzzle was so fucking aggravating. What do I do next? Remember to stay hydrated. Just be quiet and watch. See, it's moving already. That is gonna take forever. Awesome, the Pushmaster 5000 did just what I told it to and lined up all the crates. Great, now we can reach the coffin. We just need to climb over those crates over by the fence. Alright, Jesus Christ. Get me out of this fucking room, brother. This is the same...
Mummy! Just kidding.
This is the same... Oh, this is on the wrong thing. This is the same kind of coffin as the one that, Snake is in. I'm guessing it's Snake that's in that coffin. Who else could it be, right? Because it's obviously not going to be the fucking mummy priestess that's in that. He smirked heartily at his own joke.
Really?
Junpei grumbled and shook his head.
Whatever. Just open it.
Okay, okay.
Junpei resisted the urge to remind Santa that he would have had it open long ago if Santa hadn't interrupted and quickly threw off the lid. They peered inside. Oh, there. I wondered where this fucking gun was. Contrary to what they'd expected, the inside of the coffin was quite large. It was mostly empty, but not completely so. Laying on the bottom was a rusty
A small
key.
key and
Next to the key,
a gun?
a very weird-looking revolver.
Yeah, a revolver.
It looks pretty old.
I wonder if this is a replica.
This big part at the bottom here seems very unnecessary. I don't know anything about guns, I shouldn't say that. Junpei reached down slowly and cautiously picked up the revolver. In his hand it felt heavy.
This thing is...
He checked the cylinder. There were 6
Are
bullets.
these real bullets?
The barrel was rifled and nothing seemed to be blocking it. You did not just stare down the fucking barrel of the gun, right? Well, I guess if the cylinder wasn't in, it wasn't that bad, but... Like, don't just look down the barrel of a fucking gun. As Ace had said, the gun was a very old one. However, it appeared to have been well maintained. It was a real gun. Junpei thought it would most likely function perfectly. If it was real.
If this is real? Oh.
Holding the gun made Junpei feel unpleasant. Carefully, he placed it back in the coffin.
You're not gonna take it?
Of course not. All something like this is gonna do is cause more trouble. It's a powerful weapon that gives one person a huge advantage. Something like that would be way too dangerous to have around. We're in enough danger already.
Yeah, I suppose you're right.
Maybe Zero put this gun here, hoping that something like that might happen. In other words, maybe he put it here to make us fight each other.
In that case, we should most certainly leave it here. I, for one, have no desire to let Zero control me.
Me neither.
The others nodded. They had no desire to be under Zero's control either.
Okay, we've got that figured out. But you aren't gonna leave that key in there, are you?
Of course not. We'll take that with us.
Please watch Santa very closely. Junpei picked up the rusty key and slid the top of the coffin back into place, the gun where they had found it. I swear to God, if that bitch... it was the one up here, right? Let's just put this key in here, and yes. Yay! Looks like it's open, Junpei. I see. This key should open this door. Hey, what are you waiting for? Let's go! Yes, it's opening. Dude, I'm so glad to be out of that fucking room. Holy shit. That was a mentally exhausting room. It wanted me to do so much fucking math, man. The hallway that left the cargo room headed straight toward the stern.
A long hallway, huh?
Let's check it out.
Junpei and the other three proceeded down it silently. Some distance along it, a large room opened up on the left-hand side. It looked familiar. An iron grate covered each of the elevators. Junpei and his companions drew to a stop and began to discuss what their next move should be.
We've seen this elevator before.
We got off the one on the left just a little while ago.
Then we went through the number 6 door, and that took us to the engine room.
Yes, and after that we passed through the cargo room.
And now we're back here.
In other words, we made a loop. We're back where we started.
Junpei approached the elevator.
We needed a card to get to this point.
I don't see a card reader here.
Perhaps we aren't able to activate it from this location.
Why don't you just try pushing the button?
Yeah.
Gently, he pushed the triangular button on the wall. A moment passed.
It works.
Sorry, I really didn't want to watch the elevator animation again. The elevator door opened and then eventually shut again.
I think so.
Pushing the button had apparently restored power to the elevator.
Good. Now we can go back if we need to.
What do we do? Should we return to C deck?
No, this hallway keeps going. Even if we do end up going back, I think we should see what's down there first.
I agree. Let's go.
The decision made, as soon as I start drinking, that's when it wants me to talk again. Junpei and his companions left the elevators behind and continued down the hallway. Sometime later,
Looks like it ends here.
Santa, who had been walking several paces in front of the rest, suddenly stopped.
Only one door.
They searched around just in case.
There isn't anything else. It's the only way to go.
It was the door or nothing.
All right, let's open it.
Junpei took a deep breath, readied himself, then grabbed the doorknob and pulled the door open. He paused for a moment, then stepped through into the room. And there he saw the number that hung over their heads since they'd woken up. 9.
The 9 door.
Like the numbers on every other door, this one too was a rough shape made of red paint. Its door was set into the back wall of the room. Junpei leapt toward it with a sudden burst of hopeful energy. It was a large double door, heavy and full of solemn importance. I can't read suddenly. He grabbed the handle and shook.
Of course it wouldn't be that easy.
The red on the wall sat next to it. Displayed on
Vacant. We finally found it.
Junpei felt himself overwhelmed by a torrent of emotion. At last they'd found the exit, but cold gripped his heart and he knew all too well why. As he stood, frozen, unsure of what to think or feel,
Jumpy!
Huh?
Look! Behind you!
he spun round and couldn't believe what he saw.
A 9 door. There's another one. Why?
Junpei's voice was barely audible even to himself. He stumbled toward the second door as if somehow compelled. It was a small single door. It sat in the starboard corner of the room, on the same wall as they'd entered from, but in the opposite corner.
It's 9, no matter how you look at it. The red is there too. So this is a real one?
Junpei shook the door handle pointlessly and muttered to himself.
Why the hell are there 2 doors?
It was Santa who answered.
There were always 2 doors.
Hmm?
I mean, if you think about it, Zero never actually said there was only one door with a 9 on it.
Hmm.
It is seek a way out.
Of course, we just assumed that there was only one. After all, why would there be more than one?
Oh, man.
We fell for it. There are 2 doors. That means that all 9 people who had met at the central staircase could escape. No one would be left behind. Now it makes sense why the bracelets are numbers. 1 through 9, divided into teams of 4 and 5 people. The digital root of both teams ends up being 9. Take 1278 and 34569 for example. The digital root for both teams would be 9. Or 2349 and 156.
Okay,
There are a bunch
yes.
of combinations that work and they all end up the same way. If one team has the digital root of 9, so would the other one. What does that mean? The answer's simple. From the very beginning, the Nonary game was designed to save all 9 people. That's how it was meant to be. Zero didn't lie. He never said there'd be only one 9 door, but anyone who'd found themselves in the game would have assumed that was the case. fights would have broken out. One team would likely betray or deceive the other. Someone might be hurt. Someone might get killed. But eventually, they'd reach this very same room and realize how pointless all their infighting was. There were 2 doors. There was no need to kill each other.
They'd understand and be appalled, overwhelmed with guilt at what they'd done.
This game was designed for that purpose. This notary game. We were all arguing and fighting over doors at the beginning. But if there had been one slip-up, one tiny mistake that led to more, everything could have been so much worse now.
The thought of it sent a chill down his spine.
So, what are we going to do, Junpei?
A voice broke through Junpei's frantic thoughts. Santa's voice.
Oh, right.
Hey, keep it together, man.
Sorry.
Jeez. So what do we do?
What do you...
We need to think about our next step.
Our numbers are 1, 3, 5, and 6. That's a digital root of 6.
Of course, we went through the 6th door.
The 4 of us can't open the number 9 door.
The 4. Wait. Don't tell me.
Yep. There's one combination that'll let 3 of us open the 9 door. That's why I'm asking, what now?
What now?
It took him no time at all to determine the answer. There was only one combination of 3 people that would give a digital root of 9. 1, 3, 5, 9. That would mean...
No, we gotta go back.
That wasn't a possibility he was willing to consider. Santa and Ace agreed.
Yep.
I agree. We cannot leave June behind.
Junpei let out a breath he hadn't realized he'd been holding.
Are you sure? I don't mind staying.
Stop. June's body betrayed her true feelings. Her eyes were wet with the beginnings of tears and her legs shook.
It's okay. There's no way we'd leave you behind.
Santa had said what Junpei had known the moment he realized which 3 people could go through the door.
Besides, I'd rather drown at the bottom of the ocean than escape with this sausage fest. Maybe I'll get to go to Atlanta.
Are you sure you don't mean Atlantis?
That was pretty cringe of you, bro. I'm not gonna lie.
Huh? Oh, right.
Did that mean something? Is Atlanta important? Is Atlanta important somehow? Perhaps it was the sudden reassurance that no one wanted to leave June behind, but Junpei laughed harder than he had in some time. Santa and Ace smiled.
You guys.
June blinked tears from her eyes and bit her lip. She didn't seem to know what else to say.
Very well. Best we head back to C-Deck then. We should be able to take the elevator we passed earlier. Perhaps Clover, 7, and Lotus will have returned from door 1.
Even as Ace spoke, they knew finding the others would improve the situation.
Even with all 7 of us.
Ace knew it. They all knew it.
Standing around here isn't going to accomplish anything, don't you agree? Let's find the other 3 first, and then search for another solution.
I guess you're right.
All right, let's go.
Now, tragically, we don't know that we can go to the library this time, and there's 2 spokes that are coming off of this, so what's going to happen? Do you think Clover's just killed the other ones? I don't remember if door 1 leads to the axe, though. Ace looked at all 3 of them, then turned and headed through the door.
Yeah.
Okay.
Santa and June followed. Junpei started toward the door, then stopped.
Come to think of it, what is this room?
It didn't seem terribly important now, but what exactly
We were
was
so
it?
focused on the doors, we didn't even look around.
I think it's crazy that they don't notice the coffin for so long. But I guess I'm in a different headspace to them, right? Because I'm just sat in my fucking room, completely safe. A red carpet ran between 2 columns of wooden benches that ran the length of the room.
It looks like it's set up for some kind of ceremony.
It's a church dog.
But what kind?
Facing the 9 was the carpet leading to the bow of the ship, and at the end was it, an altar perhaps. There was a small rectangular alcove at the end of the carpet, and inside the alcove was a raised platform. Resting on top of the platform was a coffin.
A coffin? What on earth is a coffin doing in a place like this?
But before Junpei had time to answer that question,
Hey, Junpei, the hell are you doing? Let's move.
Santa's voice echoed in from the hall outside.
Right, okay. I'll be right there.
Junpei turned on his heel and left the quiet, somber room. They took the elevator up to C deck. Once there, they headed back toward the main hall and the central staircase. It didn't take them
Look,
long.
it's...
Seven and Lotus.
They didn't look happy.
We've got a problem.
Clover is gone.
What?
Junpei and his three companions looked at one another. He turned back to Seven and
What do
Lotus.
you mean, gone?
Santa, Ace, and June had their own questions to ask.
Why?
You two went into door 1 with Clover, didn't you?
Seven and Lotus responded as best they could.
Yeah, we went through the door together.
But Clover barely spoke to us.
She just did her own thing the whole time.
There were 4 rooms on the other side of door 1.
She wouldn't let us into the 4th room.
She just said, I'll take care of this one.
And shut the door.
She must have blocked it with something on the other side.
We waited for a while, but Clover didn't come out.
We called for her, but she didn't answer.
So I kicked down the door and we went into the room.
But
It was empty.
Clover wasn't there.
What room was this?
There was a door on the other wall.
And it was open.
We figure she opened the door and left by herself.
We ran after her, of course, but
Obviously, we didn't find her. We figured that much out.
So she locked herself in the room with the axe, right? That's the only one you could feasibly open without interfacing with the other rooms.
Clover's gone.
Junpei thought for a
When did this
moment.
happen?
We got here just before you.
You certainly have excellent timing.
So you haven't searched anywhere other than near the staircase?
No, we haven't.
Finally, Ace spoke. His voice had an edge of resolve and concern.
Very well then. We'd best separate and look for Clover. We haven't much time left. Let's begin.
Yeah.
They were quick nods all round, and the 6 remaining players spread out. Junpei and June ran into the central hospital room and looked
She's
around.
not here.
No, she isn't.
They searched a little longer, but no luck. They couldn't find Clover.
There's no sign of her. Let's...
Finally, they gave up and left the central hospital room. Slowly, they made their way back to the hallway. At last, they reached the stairs, and Junpei spoke.
All right. I'm thinking we should probably split up. I'll head back to the stairs and take the elevator down to E deck. June, you can take the stairs up to B deck.
All right, that sounds good. But,
What?
could you stop calling me by that code name when we're alone?
Huh? Sure, right. I'll do that.
There was a reason Junpei persisted in calling her June even when they were alone, although perhaps not the best reason. He was embarrassed to call her by the nickname he'd used when they were children, Connie. 9 years ago, it came naturally. After all, they were children. But now that they were adults, it felt strange. Regardless of what he might hope for, to call a woman he wasn't dating such a childish nickname felt odd to him. Don't be cringe, just call her it, damn it. Of course, to call her Miss Kurashiki would be even more awkward, and simply Kurashiki would seem a little too brusque. And although he couldn't put his finger on why, it felt somewhat forward to call her Akane when they hadn't seen one another for so long. Right, yeah, In short, it was simply easier for him to call her Jude and leave it at that.
Jumpy.
Oh, no, it's nothing.
All right, I'm going then.
Yeah, be careful, Connie.
June, or perhaps more appropriately Connie, blushed and
You
smiled.
be careful too, Jumpy.
Yeah, got it. Take care.
Junpei looked after her for a moment as she ran up the stairs, then turned and took off for the hallway. Tragedy always strikes when one least expects it. But to wait for a man to stand before striking him down seems almost crueler than dealing the fatal blow when he lies on the ground. A light in a dark place, June's smile had given him hope, both for escape and possibly for something else. It was that hope that raised his spirits just enough that they might soon be fully dashed. He opened the elevator door, and there she was. A woman sat, slouched against the wall. Lotus. Junpei felt his blood turn to ice. Her body was limp, and her skin, smooth and pale as always, was covered in bright red blood. Junpei felt his chest constrict. He couldn't breathe, and his legs began to shake. A slow, cold drop of sweat trickled down his back. He felt his stomach somersault. Junpei's mind went blank, all his thoughts replaced with endless hissing white. Driven by little more than instinct, he began to walk toward Lotus slowly. Each slow movement of his stiff limbs brought him closer to her corpse. Finally, he stood next to her. Robotically, he bent down and put his hand against her neck. There was no pulse. No rise or fall of breathing. She was slightly warm. Something somewhere in Junpei's shaken mind told him that meant she had been killed recently. Yes, Junpei thought, his mind slowly returning. She had been killed. Someone had killed her. Very astute. There was a deep cut on the left side of her chest. Blood still oozed from it, although clearly her heart had stopped beating some time ago. The weapon had been a knife, then? Perhaps she had been stabbed in the heart once. She would have died immediately. He took little comfort from knowing she must have suffered very little. Only then did Junpei notice. Lotus's bracelet was gone. Yes, we know. Was that why the killer had ended Lotus's life? So that they might have the number 8 bracelet? If that was true, then the killer was whoever wanted the number 8 bracelet. Or perhaps more accurately, the person who would gain the most by obtaining the bracelet number 8. Who is that? Who would benefit the most from the number 8 bracelet? The thought had only just entered Junpei's mind when he heard a noise. A sound like a sharp knife cutting through wet meat. It struck him as strange that the noise came from inside his own body. A moment later, the pain hit him. It wasn't merely pain, there was heat, extreme heat as well. He felt as though molten iron had been splashed against the side of his body. Finally, his brain made the connection. He had been stabbed. But where? His body was quickly going numb. He couldn't tell where the knife had met flesh. Given the circumstances, however, he had most likely been stabbed in the back. Whoever had killed Lotus had now done the same to Junpei as well. His voice was little more than a weak groan. With what little strength he had left, Junpei turned his body, trying to catch a glimpse of his attacker. But as he did, the knife dug itself in deeper, twisting viciously. He collapsed to the floor, a puppet with its strings cut. His arms and legs lay where they fell, oddly twisted and awkwardly positioned. Junpei's body was entirely numb. He could feel the blood leaking out of him, but nothing would move. Nothing save his eyes. As he lay on the floor, his life ebbing away, Junpei finally saw his attacker. 2 tiny images of the killer reflected in his eyes. With that recognition came nothing. He felt no emotion, not anger, not sadness, not regret. The paralysis that had claimed his body had reached his mind. His killer glanced down at his body. Then, without a word, climbed into the elevator and was gone. His eyesight began to fade, the world grew blurry, and he began to dissolve into an empty white fog. The fog crept into the edges of his mind and worked inexorably inward. Soon it swallowed up the last that remained of Junpei's mind, and his consciousness left him. There was nothing more. Into utter emptiness he fell, into zero. Whatever Junpei had been was gone. We don't even get to know who did it? Man. Even though Clover's the obvious option. No Chiba? Oh, there we go. Saw the knife ending. Alright, well, I'd say that went pretty well right there. A little upset we didn't get to know who killed us, but that's fine. So what do we have to do? We have to go all the way back up here. Damn. Back up to the 4 and 5 doors? Then we need to do something here as well? Damn. Okay. What do we have to do all the way back here? Where is it? Right, that's the start of the chain. Okay, all the way back we go, I guess. Oh boy! Ugh.
We're finished.